Good morning, currencies. I wanted to go over the market. It will be opening in approximately 6 minutes, and I wanted to show you where the market currently is concerning gold. Right now, we have the news pulled up for today, February the 21st. It is Wednesday. Typically, I don't trade on Wednesday, but I do like to kind of scour the markets to see if I can see something that goes along with the setups that I use. And I use more than one setups, and you'll notice that as you grow and learn the market, there's several ways in order to analyze it, but you still always need to stick to your rules and use proper risk management. Okay, going for news today, we have primarily yellow folder news at 2 p.m. We have red folder news, which is FOMC, concerning the US dollar. I'm usually done trading between 10 and 12, so unless I'm in a long swing trade or something intraday, I'm usually out of the market by the afternoon. But for those of you that actually trade, that's the news concerning today. And let's move over to our chart. Right now I have the Dixie pulled up because the Dixie is a correlation pair to the dollar, to gold. So the Dixie is the dollar, the US dollar value. And we'll see now that it is buying. It's making higher highs and higher lows. I don't know at which level of resistance, if at all, it will stop. And so right now for dollar, we're looking at buys, which will put us on to sells for gold. With the dollar, it is also trending above the 200 EMA, which solidifies our bullish bias. I have noticed that on the dollar, there's a level of support here that it is tending to respect. But being that there's not much volume right now, we'll see when the NYSE opens in about 3 minutes, if that volume comes in and makes any drastic changes, or if we're going to continue in the direction for the Dixie that we're currently in. As you can see, there's a head and shoulders here, inverted head and shoulders. And so the trend for the Dixie is an uptrend bias. So you would be looking for buys if you're in the market, unless it breaks the current structure with the higher highs and the higher lows that it's currently in. So now let's look at our gold on the daily. So gold is kind of hanging out from where we looked at it on yesterday. Good morning, Miss Tammy. Gold is kind of hanging out from what we looked at on yesterday. We're looking for some areas of support or resistance to be hit, and we're looking for a reaction at those levels. So drawing up, we're looking at the daily time frame here, and I know the technicals that are on the bottom here, we tend to look at those and go along with what those are, but make sure you're just not looking at that and going with that alone. Use your analysis and your skills in order to continue to analyze. Just use the technicals as a resource. So with the volume that it has, since it is not broken below this first level of support that I have drawn up, we're going to continue to look at buys for it. But we're also going to drop down. I have a couple support levels drawn up on the daily time frame just in case we need them. And I do use them at times when the market's moving quite a bit. But if we drop down to our 4 hour where we typically trade, we can see that this area that I had drawn up, which is a supply area, because I was biased on a downtrend but this is still a pretty critical level that we're going to want to watch before we make any moves. So I don't want you to jump in anything today. Let's watch this area here and see if it breaks or respects those areas. And just remember, there's some crucial areas over here just as well. So when it does break above what we thought was a supply zone, there's still some pretty hefty, strong areas of resistance that it needs to break above before we change our bias or look for buys. So right now with gold, it's just to wait and watch. I just wanted to go over this. On the moving average, it has broken above that. So I'm tending to become a little bullish with gold, but I still need to see in this range what exactly is it going to do? What kind of moves is it going to make? The trend is still trending on the upside. So for me, I'm just going to still continue to watch and see if this area here is going to be broken. If this area breaks, I'll get in for a buy or two, but I really want that area to break and retest. I want it to break, close, and retest above this area that I had drawn up previously. So remember, guys and gals, you have to move with the market, and when the market is moving, just because you have a bias and it doesn't go along with your bias, or if the market changes or does something weird, just make sure that you know what you're getting in if you do decide to still take the trade, and flow mentally and skillfully with the market, because we all are analyzing and we're getting a bias and we're finding out ways to see what it could potentially do next, but none of us really actually know. We can have some strong biases and confluences and things like that, and make sure you have at least 3 confluences before you jump in. That's a safe way to do it in order to retain your capital. But that's all I wanted to bring to you all this morning. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, I'll talk to you soon. Goodbye.